What's up, comic book fans, and welcome to Comics Icons. Now, JJ, what they call me, and today we got more countdown to absolute power with issue 2 of Suicide Squad Dream Team. And like I mentioned in the first issue's video, this series takes us on the road to DC's next big event, Absolute Power, and the end of the Dawn of DC era. And if you didn't see that first video and you need to get caught up, then I'll place a card at the top of the screen for you so you don't get confused on where things are. And I'll place a link at the end of the video too. But this series will take us through Amanda Waller's quest to rid the world of its metahumans. And in the first mission that she sends her new Suicide Squad on, there was an unfortunately untimely demise of an innocent person. And Dreamer, the new catalyst that Amanda uses to get her squad in and out of missions, is also a hero and a precog that doesn't believe in Amanda's by any means necessary tactics. And Dreamer was hit hard by this passing and felt responsible for it. And by the end of the issue, she'd gotten a precognitive glimpse of some of the carnage Amanda would cause. And if you guys are ready to find out what else Amanda Waller has up her sleeve on this road to absolute power, then you guys know what time it is. Let's get it. So the issue picks up with part of the visions that Dreamer saw in issue 1, and Bizarro is just ripping through these Gamoran insurgents. See, just like me told you, Bizarro says to Black Alice. Bizarro am hero, they ruined. And Black Alice is like, you can say that again. But Deadeye quickly realizes that these aren't insurgents like Amanda told them. As he catches a shot to the shoulder, these are Gamoran military. This isn't the simple stealth mission that Amanda painted it out to be, he mentions. But Clock King knew that there was nothing simple about this mission. They were deployed under false pretenses, and Gamoran bloodshed was always part of the plan. He thought it was obvious, he tells Deadeye, but Deadeye didn't quite get that same initial feeling, and he wonders why Clock King neglected to fill in the rest of the team on that beforehand. It's because of the nanite explosive in my neck that persuaded me against it, Clock King tells him. If he'd forewarned the team, it would have jeopardized the mission, and consequently, his chances of survival due to that explosive. And despite Deadeye's belief that this is just as detrimental to their survival, Clock King believes everything is going just as he anticipated. The Bizarro clone's compulsion for destruction, coupled with his unshakable, if misaligned moral compass, spearheaded us directly to our mission objective, the control center for the impenetrable dome shield protecting the island. That is, of course, only after Black Alice goaded him into action through her inspired, if needlessly cruel, outburst of youth. And while the structural integrity of the door behind us won't hold for much longer ultimately, that is of little consequence. And why is that, Deadeye asks Clock King? And he responds, if Dreamer is at all worth her salt, the precognitive will have, by now, discovered our mission's true objective, to make way for Amanda Waller. And given she is both heroically inclined and youthfully exuberant, it is safe to assume that when she does arrive, she's not going to knock. And just as he says it, Dreamer alongside Harley Quinn come bursting through the door, blasting it right off the hinges, even knocking Bizarro back, and she screams for them to get away from the control panel. And Gamoran military come in along with her and Harley, and then a shootout ensues. What is wrong with you people? Dreamer screams. Can't you see what you're doing? As Bizarro now gets back up. Traitors, he shouts. Meanwhile, Clock King goes back over to the control panel so he can let the dome shield down. And Dreamer tries to stop him. You can't lower it. But her efforts are cut short when Bizarro flies in, grabbing Dreamer by the throat. Me am hero, he screams. Bizarro finally do bad job. And he slams Dreamer into a wall while still choking her. Dream Girl not going to stop me, Bizarro tells her. And Deadeye yells for Bizarro to stop. But then Dreamer loses consciousness and vanishes. Huh? Where go Dream Girl? A curious Bizarro asks. And now Deadeye asks him, what did you do? now that the shield is down, the comms are back on, and Amanda Waller radios in to check on the status of her team. And Deadeye sarcastically lets her know that the mission was successful. But Amanda wants to know why then is she now only seeing 5 dots on her screen. Where's Dreamer, she asks. Deadeye tells her that Bizarro almost killed her, but she was able to get away. And now Amanda is disappointed that she's gone. Amanda had thought she'd put up more of a fight. But she tells Deadeye to secure the building. That HBIC is on her way there, y'all. Then Amanda makes another call. To who? We don't yet know. But she tells them that Dreamer's AWOL. Run it. Then later on, as Amanda touches down in Gomorrah, she lets her soldiers know that although they've now got the defense building, it covers 90% of Gomorrah's logistics, but they need airfield control. She doesn't want anyone in or out without her approval. Then Deadeye angrily storms up to his aunt. Amanda, he shouts. And the soldiers tell him to freeze and drop his weapon. But Amanda isn't worried about him and tells her soldiers they can rest at ease. Cause Deadeye ain't about to do anything. But Deadeye's like, you sure about that? After the way you set me up? His aunt has put him through all sorts of BS. But this one takes it, he tells her. Roping me into some hostile takeover? You're not family. But Amanda straight up smacks the taste out that boy's mouth. I'm not family, she says to him. That's rich coming from the nephew who was plotting to take me out. Oh, you think I didn't know about your little team you were throwing together? Which took place back in Beast World Waller Rising. There's nothing you do that I don't know about. Up until now, I've been lenient with you, Archie. But no more. I've tried over and over again to reason with you. But you are determined to make me the bad guy. The stakes are too high for me to have blinders up for you anymore. Consider your leash officially tightened. You'll wait for further instructions back on the ship. As more of her men then come in and put the Suicide Squad members to sleep. With the exception of Bizarro. She's got a special mission for today's big hero, she tells him. Bizarro M hero? Bizarro do special job. That's what I like to hear, Amanda tells him. As we then pick up in President Nakamura's office in the Gamoran Parliament. And she's on the phone trying to put out fires basically on one line and trying to get her kid to leave and get to safety on the other line. And while she's on the line with her kid, Bizarro bursts through her office door and she screams for him to get back as she's then pushed through the window of the building, screaming her son's name. Then later on, we go to Amanda Waller's quarters on the USS Collins, and she's passed out, sleeping at her desk, while an emergency press conference is playing on the news on the TV in the background. And the conference is to address the growing concern and outrage over the alleged secret alien colony known as Parthas, which pro-human organizations are calling a silent invasion. So Amanda went and gave up Dreamer's colony. That's what Parthas is, and must have been what she had told them to run when she was back on the phone with somebody about Dreamer's disappearance. As if y'all didn't already know, Amanda Waller is a cold chick, man. But while she sleeps, we're taken to a dream that she's having. And we know it's a dream because it features her husband, Joseph, who's deceased. Plus, she's got that thinner Viola Davis look versus that current heavier frame. But in the dream, Joseph begins to choke just as he's arguing with Amanda. And then in the next instance, Dreamer appears in Amanda's dream. He's gone, Dreamer tells Waller. I spared you the rest of that dream. And now Amanda's like, you? Can I at least get some peace and quiet in my sleep? But Dreamer tells her that she wouldn't call that peace and quiet. More like textbook subconscious guilt. Was he your husband, Dreamer asks? And Amanda responds just like you'd expect her to, telling Dreamer that that's none of her business. Just get the hero speech over with and leave me be. But Dreamer lets her know that what she wants is to give Amanda one more chance to do the right thing here. Which we already know Amanda's not folding at all. So then Amanda flips things on Dreamer, calling her a hypocrite. How many people died today because you chose to sneak a bunch of criminals into Gomorrah rather than tell people the truth about that alien nest of yours? Face it, you valued those soldiers' lives just as little as I did. You weighed your options and you made the right choice. But Dreamer defends her actions. She was pushed into an impossible position. and disputes Waller's claims about their similarities. None of that needed to happen, she tells Waller. Nothing has to happen. What are you so afraid of, she asks. And Waller shows her this, she tells Dreamer. This is one of several alternate Earths where Superman decided the world was his for the taking. This is what he did to the people that cheered for him, as Waller shows Dreamer this alternate Earth via her dream. So you're punishing every alien and metahuman because you're afraid of Superman, Dreamer asks? Oh, it's not just Superman. If exposing your little town made people realize anything, is that there is always more going on behind the scenes than they already know about. People deserve security, consistency, safety. Then she tells Dreamer that you could force my entire strategy and cut me off at the knees. But still, you're trying to convince me to give it all up myself. Could it be your vision didn't give you the answers that you were looking for? Or better yet, you need me to abort because you saw me win, didn't you? And then now a visibly angry Dreamer goes to throw a punch at Waller, but she doesn't touch her, and Waller never even thought for a second that she would. And then Waller wakes up and contacts Deadeye and tells him that they're moving out as she reaches for her purse on the floor. But Deadeye tells her to forget about it. He's not interested in being her lapdog anymore. Then Amanda pulls out a bottle of Keep Awake from her bag and tells Deadeye that it appears he needs to learn the same lessons as Dreamer. As she then pops those Keep Awake pills, she finishes telling Deadeye that he's not in position where how you feel matters anymore. What comes next isn't about objective good or bad. The sooner you make your peace with that, the better. Now move your ass. I've got a world to save. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the issue. So what did you guys think about this issue? And how about the series so far? It's only 4 issues, so it's already halfway over, but the takeaways here are 1, what we already knew in that Amanda couldn't care less about whoever gets in her way. But also 2, Dreamer here feels like she's about to get washed. Amanda Waller is about to make her life hell. I'm sorry. What do you guys think? How does this thing end for Dreamer and you guys' opinions? I'm liking the series so far, and I think it's pretty decent. Decent enough to keep me interested at least. But I'm looking forward to you guys' thoughts. And as always, if you guys enjoyed this video and this channel, and you like to support the channel, then you could do so by joining the Iconic Fan Club channel membership. And I'll make sure to put a link in the description to join, but with your membership, you'll gain access to weekly interactive live streams with yours truly, where we could talk about everything that's going down in these issues, as well as ones that you'd like for me to go over in the future, and other comic book news as well. Plus, you guys will get loyalty badges, member shout-outs, and more in these videos. Or you could donate to the channel with a super thanks. And if you're not able to do that, then you can also help the channel out by dropping a like, share, and subscribing to Comics Icons for more icons in the comic book world. But ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time. I'm out. Peace.